Coming up on Inside Wofford Football, for the second week in a row, the Terriers fall behind early, but then explode to blow the game open by the second half.
Inside Wofford Football, presented by Milliken, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, NBSC, Dixie Tire, The Real Yellow Pages, and Spartanburg Regional Sports Medicine.
The Terriers forced 3 first-half turnovers, run for 377 yards as a team, including a pair of 74-yard touchdown runs, and Ben Widmeyer tosses a pair of touchdowns as well as Wofford rolls past Western Carolina 42-14. Hello and welcome to Inside Wofford Football, everyone. A year ago, the Terriers jumped out to a sizable lead versus Western Carolina, but then had to hang on for dear life to get a 3-point victory. Again this year, Wofford jumped out to a sizable lead versus Western Carolina, but this time around, there was no comeback for the Catamounts. Western Carolina got the ball first and scored first to take a 7-0 lead in the first. But on the Terriers' second possession, they took advantage of a Catamount turnover as Mike Rucker ran it in for a 2-yard touchdown. And then early in the second quarter, the Terriers forced another turnover, then scored another touchdown as Andy Strickland raced 74 yards for the score. Midway through the second, Strickland found the end zone again, this time on the receiving end of a 29-yard touchdown pass from Ben Widmeyer. Wofford up 21-7. Just before the half, Alex Gultree picked off the Zach Haynes pass and returned it 86 yards all the way down to the Catamount 3-yard line to set up another touchdown. Wofford up 28-7 at the half. In the third quarter, Mike Rucker scored his second touchdown of the game on a 74-yard run, and Ben Widmeyer added his second TD pass of the game as Wofford cruised past Western Carolina 42-14. When we come back on Inside Wofford Football, we'll take a look at the first half highlights as the defense and special teams spark an offense that really gets things going thanks to some big plays. Stay with us, everyone.
That make you go,
Movie night? Friday dinner? Big game. Order online at papajohns.com.
It's the things that make you go, yeah.
The best way to order pizza online. View our entire menu. Order 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, up to 21 days in advance. And get exclusive online-only offers. Visit papajohns.com and order online now.
Better ingredients, better pizza,
Things that make you go,
papajohns.com.
Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
Welcome back to Inside Wofford Football. The Terriers start slow, but once they get things going, they put on a show. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. Here's Mark Hauser and Tom Henson on the call.
James out of the gun. Terriers are going to rush 3. James under fire, flushed out of the pocket, and he'll be dragged down for a sack back at the 43-yard line. Eric Eberhard got him. 2 receivers right, 1 left out of the gun. James throws, slant pattern over the middle. That is caught at the 12 for a first down. Up under center, James. Single back is Worley. And there's a fade route throw toward the end zone for Pittman. He gets up in the air. Tremendous catch for a touchdown. Kendall Bratcher was back there on coverage and couldn't have played that any better, but Marquale Pittman goes 6'3", and he just out-jumped 5'8" Kendall Bratcher. 8:11 to play in our first quarter. Western Carolina 7, and Wofford nothing. Back at the 23-yard line is Craig Novak, the freshman, comes on to do the punting. Very light pressure. Novak with the breeze gets away a wobbler, and in traffic, the ball is fumbled by the return man. It is loose at the 28-yard line, and who's got it? And the officials say the Terriers have the football. One receiver, DeVete, wide to the right with the ball on the left hash. And it's a fake of the dive to Breitenstein. Pitch to Rucker near corner 20. Angling for the 10, and he'll be dragged down from behind at the 4. It's first and goal. Mike Rucker runs for 25 yards. Widmeyer out of the gun. Rucker, the lone back, takes the handoff off left tackle. Touchdown. First touchdown run of the year for the sophomore from Winston-Salem. 5:40 remaining first quarter. Terriers take advantage of a turnover, and they've tied up the football game. Wofford 7, Western Carolina 7. One receiver either side. This time Janes up under center. Back to throw. Wants to run. He'll be sacked. Terriers sandwich him at the 35-yard line. Again, Eric Eberhardt was the first man there. Terriers 4 on the line of scrimmage, 3 linemen down. Play action, James wants to throw, flushed out of the pocket, going to scramble left, breaks a tackle at the 20 to the 15. He'll dive out of bounds inside the 10. 2 receivers now, 3 short split to the right, 1 to the left. James going to roll right to throw, hits his man at the 2. Rogers dives for the end zone, he fumbles the football, and the Terriers, I believe, have it. They do. Wofford football at the 3-yard line. Tommy Irvin with the hit to jar the ball loose, and it's covered by Michael Johnson. Shotgun snap to Widmeyer. Fakes the dive, running the option right. There's the pitch away, and that'll be Romero at the 5. Beats a man at the 10 and lowers the boom to the 15. 2 backs back there along with the quarterback. Widmeyer runs the option left. Pitch away on the corner, and that's Romero coming near side to the 20, 25, 26. First and 10 from the 26. It's going to be an end around. Strickland wants to get to the right corner. Gets a block at the 30. Far side 40. Cuts it inside 50, and there he goes down the sideline. 40, 30, he's got blockers. 20, 10, 5, that is a touchdown.
Some great blocking, and the best one was by Ben Miller, who came back and cut the legs out from under the closest Western Carolina defensive lineman. Andy Strickland just had a long touchdown run.
13:21 to play in the first half. Wofford 14, Western Carolina 7. Terriers 3rd and 6 from their 6. Man in motion near side. Widmeyer play action, rolling right, man open. Caught far sideline by Romero across the 15. First bound down. He will go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 10 from the 20. In motion right, Rucker as the Terriers go from the wing bone. Man open on a pattern down the middle. Widmeyer puts it on the money. Jeremy Marshall with the catch at the Western 45. He stumbles down at the 43. 2 receivers go to the right again. Widmeyer out of the gun. Play action. Time to throw. Far sidelines. Got Strickland at the 10. 5. Touchdown.
Andy Strickland's 2nd touchdown of the day. Great protection up front for Ben Widmeyer, and he delivered a strike to Andy down the sidelines.
7:04 to play in the first half. The Terriers have scored 21 answered points. Wofford 21, Western Carolina 7. James takes the snap and throws it. It's batted down and intercepted. Picked off, taken to the 30, near sideline 40, to the 50, to the 40. Blockers downfield, 20, 10, 5, and he's tackled at the 4 as Alex Goltree just returned an interception for about 90 yards. He ran out of gas. Romero flanks him left, 1 receiver to the right, and it's going to be a handoff. Romero off right side, touchdown. He pinballs his way in. 1:48 to play first half. Terriers 28, Western Carolina 7. Terriers 3 down linemen. There comes a blitz off the corner. They're going to bring 5, and James is going to be dragged down for the sack. Back at the 38-yard line, Eric Eberhardt got him. First half in the books. Wofford with the lead at the break. Halftime score at Gibbs Stadium. The Wofford Terriers 28. The Western Carolina Catamounts 7.
Coming up, we'll take a look at a guy who says he actually had to battle depression during his time at Wofford. Just how he dealt with it. Stay with us.
Terrier fans, here's your chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming athletic event. Be the first caller to 597-4110. Leave your name and phone number in the message, and you could be a winner. Compliment of the South Carolina Education Lottery.
You don't stop thinking about your business the minute you step away from the office. So why should we? At NBSC, you have one banker with you every step of the way.
I can't believe you beat us out to Golden State.
Hey, are you the one always talking about taking it to the next level?
Good job, buddy. Girls, way to work. Good job.
Because your business is your life. NBSC.
They pick up their games, pick up their teams, and pick up the pace. Enterprise salutes NCAA student athletes for picking us all up. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Welcome back to Inside Wofford Football. Leighton Baker is a guy who has had to experience the lows to be able to appreciate the highs. Now let's take a closer look at the senior defensive tackle in our Terrier in the Spotlight, presented by Papa John's.
Leighton Baker is like a lot of Terriers in the sense that he's a defensive tackle. He's probably a little too small, probably a little too slow. Therefore, he did not get recruited heavily. As a matter of fact, he really didn't know too much about Wofford until he got here.
I came into it late. I really didn't get recruited hard, and then came up here on the first time I really heard about it. I came up here and fell in love with it.
Opening eyes and getting people to believe in his abilities has not been the only thing that's been difficult for Leighton Baker. You see, he plays football because he loves the game. So when the game was taken away from him a couple years ago because of a shoulder injury first and then a broken leg second, it was very difficult.
20 snaps in, I broke my leg, and I kind of went through depression, not being able to do athletic stuff anymore and just sitting around, and everything I did hurt. And then kind of my good friends around here kind of put me on their shoulders, and good trainers helped me get back in rehab and got back into it.
He did a lot of coaching on the field during games. I have him watch the nose guard and come back, hey, what did you see? Just to keep him involved was a big thing, because it is tough, because all the kids here have been the star of high school, and guys have never stepped off the field.
But when he steps onto the field, he makes plays in a variety of different ways. As a matter of fact, Leighton Baker is a bit of a touchdown maker. Despite being a defensive tackle, he has already found the end zone 3 times in his Terrier career.
It's definitely a stat that you don't normally see for a D-lineman, but it's just being in the right place, the right time, luck of the draw. Just everybody else doing their job around me, and then me doing something weird and something else crazy happening after it.
Something crazy happening after it. Kind of like a kid from St. Augustine, Florida, who really didn't know a whole lot about the Terriers, and now he's an important part of their history.
I'm Aaron Johnson, running backs coach. I graduated from Wofford in 2006. This is my first year on the staff.
Coming up, we'll take a look at the second half highlights. And as it turns out, the Terriers have another 74-yard touchdown run in their bag of tricks. We'll show you who did what coming up. Welcome back to Inside Wofford Football. You know, things are going good when 13 different players carry the football. A lot of those guys get some carries late in the football game. Let's take a look at the second half highlights. Here's Mark Hauser and Tom Henson on the call.
First and 10 from the 25. Toss near corner. Rucker has a seam to the 30. Breaks a tackle. Wheels away from a man at the 40. He's in the open. 50, 40, 30. One man chasing him. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! 75 yards for Mike Rucker. 13:48 to play in the third quarter. Terriers 35, Catamounts 7. Second down and 8 from the 33. Wofford leading 35-7. Western Carolina 4-3 defense. Throw to the far side by Widmeyer. That's caught for the first down. Allen, the tight end, in motion left. Widmeyer, shotgun snap, runs option near side. Pitch away to Romero. Room to the near sideline to the 50. Romero to the 45. Booms his way out of bounds. First and 10 from the 43 in the Catamount end of the field. Again, Widmeyer out of the gun. Play action to throw. Near side with the toss. Strickland to one knee to make the catch. In motion right, Rucker. Play action. Widmeyer throwing down the middle, man wide open. Touchdown, Jeremy Marshall.
You could see that one as soon as Jeremy got off the line of scrimmage. He was already open. They bit on thought it was run, and Marshall just went right down the center of the field.
7:31 to play in this third quarter. Wofford 42, Western Carolina 7. Third and 7 from the 44 in their end of the field. Two receivers left. Quarterback rolling in that direction. James, now as nobody's open, he wants to scramble, gets away from three defenders, but now he'll be sacked in the backfield at the 32-yard line. Terriers never gave up on Zach James. Mitch Clark and Kendall Bratcher finally bring him to the ground. Wingbone set, Mitch Allen, the quarterback, out of the gun. And he'll give it away, and there's a big hole left side. Breitenstein to the 40, Breitenstein 45. Eric will be taken out of bounds at the Western 49-yard line. Allen out of the gun, runs the option right off the fake dive. He'll curl behind the right side of the line to the 25. Allen takes the snap out of the gun, pitch near corner, and that'll be Travis Boyd on the option. Brenton Burson on the reverse, takes the pitch, turns left corner, breaks the 30. He's out to the 31-yard line. A 13-yard run for Brenton Burson. First and 10 from the 31, pass thrown to the far side, juggled up in the air and now intercepted by Western Carolina. Horn up under center, takes the snap, under fire, throws over the middle. That's caught for a touchdown by Rogers. Little dump-off pass. Nicely done with pressure coming. 4:43 remaining. Wofford 42. Western Carolina 14. And it's going to be a carry for Robbie Davis. Plenty of room up the middle. Dances to the 50. Cuts left to the 40. Finally spun down at the 35-yard line. Two receivers right, one left. Davis, handoff Palmer, turns left corner to the 30. And he'll be bumped out of bounds about the 27. And there it is on 4th and 2. Fake of the dive to Palmer. Robbie Davis cuts left for the first down as he takes it inside the 25. And that's going to do it. Final score here from Gibbs Stadium. Terriers remain unbeaten in the SoCon. The Wofford College Terriers 42. And the Western Carolina University Catamounts 14.
Mark Hauser caught up with Coach Ayers after the game.
All right, Coach, another ball game where you get off to a little bit of a slow start and then things turn up for you again about the second quarter, but this time turnovers were huge.
Defensively struggled, quite frankly. I think they came out, had a great plan for us. Quarterback, we let him get out of the pocket I don't know how many times, and that created some problems, allowed them to keep moving the sticks, and it was tough. But we were able to come up with some turnovers after the first score, and then offensively we had a lot of big plays on them. You go into a ball game not sure, new staff, and those guys have done a nice job with that club. They've got kids that are playing hard, they've got athletes, and you're just really not sure what you've got. But I think when it was all said and done, we played well. We were able to, I think, play just about everybody towards the end, and that's always good to try to rest your first team guys. It's a tough league. I've said it before, week in and week out, you've got to come and you got to play hard. They played hard, we played hard. We made a few more plays than they did, but we understand what's ahead. Nothing's easy, and so we got to get back to work. We had some glitches and some mistakes that, quite frankly, we can't afford to make. With the mindset that they have, the way they've been working, we'll be the best football team we can be. Whether that's going to be good enough or not, I'm not sure on that one. It's great to every week know that you're going to play somebody that's really good. And we've got, halfway through the season, and it's hard to think, but the next half of the season is even tougher. And in the first half, we had an SEC team, so it's going to be a challenge for us. But I think that we're a young football team that's growing, maturing, and what we've got to do is keep rolling.
One of your big horses, Alex Goldtree, almost returned one all the way for a touchdown.
Right.
Was that just running out of gas?
I'm not exactly sure. I know this. All those young defensive linemen played really well. Alex came up with a big play for us, and I thought he was in. I thought he had an opportunity to take it the rest of the way, but I think that, somebody on top of the hill threw a banana peel and he slipped on that thing. So, but he did a great job. And all of our kids, I mean, when they go out, they're playing hard. They're doing their best. And I was proud of the way that we responded and got back on top and then went in with the lead and then came back and played well. But overall, great effort, great win. Been blessed to win what we've won so far, and the guys that we've got, they're good guys, and they're working hard, and they realize what's ahead, and hopefully we'll all crank it up.
Elon's ahead, and that was a very difficult game for you guys last year.
Right. Elon did a great job. They made plays on both sides of the ball. They're explosive. Their quarterback's probably as good as any in the country as far as throwing the ball and knowing where to throw the ball. Pete does a great job with his scheme offensively and defensively, and they gave us problems. And, we've somehow got to find a way to score one more point than they do. I'm not sure if that's possible at this moment, but really haven't seen them that much on film. Saw them against Georgia Southern, and they're a quality football team. So I think for us, what we've got to do is do what we do, run the football. When they get too many in the box, throw it over their head, and then defensively be opportunistic.
Coach, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wofford head coach Mike Ayers on this week's 42-14 win over Western Carolina. Now let's hear from some of the Terrier players.
I feel real good. Halfback for us and scored this year. It was just a matter of time, and today happened to be that day. There's a lot of big teams they let down against the lesser opponents, so we just proved once again this week that we could step up to the task again against a lower opponent.
Honestly, we probably didn't play as good as we should have and still came out on top. Our defense made a lot of big plays inside our own red zone, and our offense, as usual, played great, so I feel pretty good about the win.
Now let's take a look at the final game stats. First downs, all even at 22. A significant advantage for the Terriers when it comes to rushing yards as they gain 377 yards on the ground compared to just 176 for Western Carolina. The Catamounts have a slight edge in passing yards as they throw for just over 200 yards. Total yards, the Terriers once again go over 500 for the fourth time this season. Western Carolina with 381. Your time of possession, the Catamounts with a pretty good advantage there, but that's because the Terriers scored on a couple of big plays, didn't have the football very long. Now the Terriers do have to clean up 8 penalties as they make a tough stretch for the rest of the season. And turnovers, Western Carolina turns the football over 3 times, while Wofford turns it over just once. Elsewhere in the Southern Conference, Furman knocks off the Citadel 34-20. Elon gets the best of Chattanooga 42-7, and Appalachian State holds on to win a thriller in Statesboro, beating Georgia Southern 37-36. Your updated Southern Conference standings: Elon sits on top with a perfect record of 5-0, but the Terriers aren't too far behind. They too are perfect in the conference so far at 3-0, as is Appalachian State. Furman sits fourth at 3-1. Samford 1-2. Georgia Southern 1-3. The Citadel 1-3, and Western Carolina and Chattanooga have yet to win a football game in conference play. Now let's take a look at the White Pine Street Exxon Play of the Week. It comes early in the third quarter and pretty much seals the deal for the Terriers. Mike Rucker makes a great spin move to get free, and Rucker races 74 yards, virtually untouched for the touchdown. Rucker finishes with a game-high 105 yards rushing, most of those yards coming on this play, our play of the week.
Headquartered in Spartanburg on a sea of manicured green space, Milliken & Company places an emphasis on environmental stewardship and community involvement. One of the many reasons Fortune magazine ranked Milliken one of the best companies to work for in America, and why Milliken was named one of the safest companies in the U.S. Whether hosting community events or partnering with Wofford on educational initiatives like the Summer Leadership Institute, the Milliken-Wofford connection is strong, and both are proud to call Spartanburg home.
Dixie Tire and Automotive is more than a tire store. Since 1946, we've been in business to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape. Experienced technicians use the latest technology to repair and maintain your vehicle so it stays on the road. Oil changes, alignments, engine repairs. Dixie Tire and Automotive does it all. There's no car we can't repair and maintain, domestic or foreign.
We're more than a tire store. If you need it fixed, come see us at Dixie Tire and Automotive, 1011 Asheville Highway, Spartanburg.
Welcome back to Inside Wofford Football. This is where we take an inside look at some of the happenings off the field of play. This week, we focus on a trio of Terriers making contributions in the community with a recent trip to Gaffney to meet and greet some young football players.
First and 10 from the 47-yard line.
We're out here promoting our youth football day, which we have every year. It's one of the days we look forward to the most. We get a bunch of kids out and they get to play on the field at halftime and little exhibition games, and we really enjoy putting this on for the kids. It means a lot to them. You can tell how much they enjoy it. And tonight we're out here to support these kids on their own field. We want to show them some role models, face to face, and let them get a chance to, get an autograph.
What number are you in?
54. And get a chance to get a high five from a college football player, and hear what it takes to, it's more than just what they do on the field.
We came out here to show our support for you guys and tell you kids not only to work hard out here on the field, but to work hard in the classroom, and tell you guys good luck for the rest of the season, and keep working hard.
And get the chance to see that in person makes an impression on kids, particularly kids this age.
Certainly Andy Strickland is a big hit in the Gaffney community. Now let's take a look at next week's opponent, brought to you by Blue Eagle Equipment. And this is a big football game. The Terriers travel to Elon to face the Phoenix squad that's coming off a 42-7 win over Chattanooga. Elon is off to a 5-0 start in conference play and really has its program on the rise. When these two top 10 teams tangle, first place in the SoCon will be on the line. After a run of 5 straight wins over Elon, the Phoenix knocked off the Terriers in Spartanburg a year ago, 24-13, and at the time the Terriers thought it might have cost them a Southern Conference championship, but ultimately the breaks fell their way and the Terriers were able to get back into the picture and win a SoCon title, but beating Elon is a key part of making that happen again this year. Let's take a look at the win and the where of this football game. It occurs next Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock at Elon. So the Terriers have to go on the road and play a very good football team. It should be a great battle. Coach Ayers said it after the win. The true test of a team is when you get challenged, how do you respond? And so far the Terriers have responded to every challenge they have faced. They have another big one next week. For now, we say so long.
Inside Wofford Football, presented by Milliken. Enterprise.